Hey YouTube, this is Itachi13, aka 13 Dragon Blade. I'm gonna come at you with a hero deck this time. I call it Diva-heroes. You'll see why once I do the deck profile. First thing we have is Stratus, the 18 beater, switches out every hero and Destiny hero in this deck. Very important card, and of course when you normal or special summon it when there is other heroes on the field, then you can blow up that mini back row, except himself, so then he would be a little bit too busted. 3 Alias, good card. It's Gemini Monster, it's a 1900 beater. That's all I really need to say about it, and you use it for making elemental heroes shining. And then the one that you use to make Absolute Zero, which would be Bullman. Bullman's a great card. If he's the only card in your hand, you special summon it, and if you have no other cards on the field, you draw 2 cards. So he's essentially a Pot of Greed in warrior form. You can also use him to make Blade Armor Ninja. And then we come to the Destiny heroes. We have 2 Malicious, because Malicious is at 2. If it was at 3, a lot of people would be running this guy. He is basically just used for making quick synchros and maybe some dark elemental heroes, but in my case, I just kind of use him for defense capabilities. And then we have 2 Diamond Dude. Once per turn, you can reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a normal spell card, you send it to the graveyard. Otherwise, put it back to the bottom of your deck. And then during your next main phase, you can activate the spell card from the graveyard. So he's a good card. And of course, he's another dark target for Destiny draw. And then in the last Destiny hero, Doomlord, which is actually pretty good. You can, when he's in face of attack position, you can banish a monster. And that monster doesn't come back for 2 turns, basically. So you just warp the monster. And then we have Deep Sea Diva, which can special herself. You use this to make a Gachi play. That's all that she's really here for. Because it'd be really weird if I ran 3 Deep Sea Divas and don't have a target. And summon a monk, because you need to get Stratus ASAP. And this just gets you into Stratus. Quick, simple, basic. Now we're going on to the spells, which is a very spell-heavy deck. You have 2 Destiny draw, because Destiny draw is good, and you have 5 Destiny hero targets, so you need to make sure to empty them to the grave, and get those Maliciouses to the grave immediately. Double super quality, because it is a ball buster. It just takes your opponent's monsters, you discard a card, and you just take their monster. You fuse with it, and they can't say anything. It's just so good. It's an annoying card to give over. And then we have 3 Fusion Gate, because Fusion Gate is what gets off all of your stuff. I don't run Miracle Fusion. I think this is better, because you can use it from the hand as well, and it basically is the same purpose. You banish them anyway, so of course you gotta have that. And there are going to be some proxies in this deck. The first being the 2 E-calls. I was going to get more E-calls, but my friend is going to be giving me the E-calls instead. Right now they just release restraints for shits and giggles. And the same thing with these. These are all Gem Sparks. The reason I use these 3 cards is because they're all quick plays. Gem Spark is a good card. You just use it with Alias. You tribute the Alias, and then you draw a card, blow up a card on the field. And then we come to the staple part of the deck. We have a Reborn, a Dark Hole, Heavy. These are just good cards overall. I don't really need to explain them. I mean, seriously, just read the card. You'll know it's good. And then we have 2 MSTs, because back rows are a problem. You can even run 3 if you're that unsure. And then the Rhoda to even out all the search power, because you're going to need all the search power you can get. Get into that Stratus immediately. And then for the trap lineup, which is very small and basic, instead of running 3, I run 2 Hero Blasts to get those Aliases back. And I like having it when my opponent has a Thunder King on the field. I'll set this, MST it, I'll chain it, I'll get my Alias, and blow up the Thunder King, which is hilarious to me. Because Thunder King basically says no to special summons, and you kill it with that card. And then we have the Solemn Brigade. I have the Judgment, and then these are supposed to be the warnings, so I didn't have a chance to get any more warnings, but those are my warnings for now, as the 2 trap holes. And then a Torrential and a Mirror Force to round out all the monster destruction, because you're going to need to protect your heroes a lot while dealing with heavy back row. And then for the extra deck, there are some proxies here too. We have Draco-Knighted Quest, because Draco-Knighted Quest is good, and because people still run Stardust. So it's like Starlight Road, and if you have a warrior on the field, you just chain Super Poly and take their stuff, and then you just basically got an over 3k beater for free. And then on top of that, you can have it banish the Stardust. Elemental Hero Gaia, because it's a decent card, and it's used for Karakuris, Gigiras. It just makes their attack less, and he gets a nice little power boost from it. And I have two Absolute Zeros. I'll show you the other proxied one later. In fact, let me see. This is my other proxied Absolute Zero. So, yeah, Absolute Zero is a good card. He's my favorite hero. When he leaves the field, he nukes all of your opponent's monsters, and he gains 500 attack for every water monster on the field, excluding himself. And then we have 3 Shining. The Gaia Drake is supposed to be my 3rd Shining. This gets all your heroes back. That's all it's really there for, so you basically can recycle your stuff once it dies. This is supposed to be Elemental Hero Nova Master, because Nova Master's good. Whatever he punches and destroys by battle, you draw a card. More draw power doesn't hurt. Like I said, the Absolute Zero card, proxied. This is supposed to be Elemental Hero Escordio, the dark one, so I can have a dark target to go into. That's basically all I have to say about it. It's just, you need to have a dark target, because you're running Destiny Heroes. Gachi for the Deep Sea Diva. I don't really need to explain Gachi, but he just basically, he protects himself and he beats up your heroes. And then for some staple-ish rank monsters, we have a Leviathan Dragon, we have Gemlight Pearl, because you're going to need to get over Utopia with something. We have Utopia, we have the Butterfly Assassin. I know they all have different cool card arts. I did these myself. Anyway, that goes with that, and this is supposed to be Blade Armor Ninja. It's a proxy for Blade Armor Ninja. As you see, I tried to color it in like a black color. Anyways, YouTube, that was my Diva-hero deck. Let's take one last look at Shadow. This is Itachi13 signing off.